And set to go here to kick off the JWHL 19U playoffs. The top team in Canada, the top team in the United States. Number 2, Northwood, facing off against top-seeded Stanstead College. And Stanstead looking to improve to 1-0 here to start playoff play as they win it back off the draw. Controlled by Labonte in her own zone. Circles behind the net, plays it off to the left. Slid ahead by Aubin. Trying to take the zone, but cut off. It does fall forward towards Charlotte. Charlotte unable to make a play on it before the exit attempt from Elbrecht. Kept in the zone, though, off a turnover forced by Charlotte. Throws it down towards the corner, but picked off before it get there. Played down ice, a deflection. Forced the turnover from Lavoie. In their own end, Northwood's looking for a way to build up. Barden plays it off the left side, just out of the reach of Gillis. Moved right to left by Lavoie. Racing ahead. The Forge looking for an option as she takes a hit at the blue line, sends it off the end wall. Played around just beyond the reach of Northwood's Major. Deflected, played off ice, can't find St. Pierre. Back the other way, taking the zone. On and trying to find an angle to get the shot off. Doesn't have that lane developed. Goes off to the corner. Played towards Lindner. Back towards the blue line, held by Mosley. Taken away, St. Pierre plays it up ice. Back towards left side. McLean will skate after it, but the arm up for icing. A minute and 14 gone here, period number 1. Fresh legs coming over for Stanstead College. Northwood stuck out there. Go off to the right of the netminder. Tampa want to take the draw. Barbosa off to her right. Left winger Stringer. Went over to the left side initially, but forced back towards Major. Major, a second-team selection in the JWHL All-Stars announced last night. Played back towards her, doesn't control it, so lets it roll. Hairstyle still plays it forward off the wall by Martin. Gives chase off the end wall. First one back was Tommy to collect. Trying to come up the near side boards. Right near the blue line, forced towards the neutral zone where it's cut off. Was right and forced it loose. Plays it towards the middle. The alternate captain, Lynette, can't make a play for Northwoods. A dump and change here for Stanstead as Northwoods look to collect. Play it right to left. Major sends it down ice as she gets off. Tipped forward by Lily Kratz. But collected in the defensive zone. Lavoie looking for a way up ice. Plays it towards her own blue line. Then towards the center. Grinnell into the zone. Plays it off the end wall around. Looking to get it for Chenier. All the way to Lavoie. Correction all the way towards Cadis. And then forced to the neutral zone. I'll give Labonte back to collect. Plays it towards the near side. And tipped through the middle. Taking the attacking zone. Chenier forced out wide. The corner plays it around, looking for Aubin. Aubin knocked down. She tried to find her way to the corner. Instead comes to Charlotte. Back up towards the blue line. Sent towards the net. Zone on one, deflection from Aubin. Never got there. The captain circles. Sends it across off the stick of Aubin, who couldn't redirect. Kelly plays it into the corner. Sent forward by Barden. And deflected out towards the neutral zone. Aubin, the first one there, guides it back to her defensewoman, LaForge. Plays it ahead into the attacking zone. Trying to force the pressure was Tremblay. Just couldn't round the defender. Played through the neutral zone. Gillis found the open woman. Ahead Kelly. She's cut off by a pair of Stanstead College players, including LaForge. Puck goes into the corner. And forced out in front of the net. Aubin plays it ahead, finds the captain. Tremblay driving towards net. The Wisconsin commit denied on the doorstep. Eva Michelle with the first save of the game for her. Was the goaltender of the year announced last night. Driving in the right side. Backhander turned away. And behind, played out wide. Was LaChapelle with the look. In through the center. Lazale plays it off the end wall. Collected by the netminder, played it off to her left and then forward, trying to find St. Pierre. Looking for options. She comes into the zone just a second late. Off to her right. LaChapelle couldn't hold the zone. Hold the line. 24 collegiate commits between these two schools, 14 for Stanstead College, 10 for Northwood, 13 of the 14 headed D1 for Stanstead. One will play up in U Sports for Toronto. Get around, pressuring in the attacking zone. Hagens back towards her blue line. Takes a deflection up into the netting off the rip for Major. Offensive zone draw here coming up. Northwood's based on a late class in New York. With a 5-hour drive down towards the Providence and Boston suburbs here. Martin. In the draw, can't control it. Swung behind the net by Lavoie, played ahead. Took a deflection off the stick of Northwood's Major, who plays it off the end wall. Sends it around the boards. Their stuff. Plays it ahead, took a deflection on the way towards Martin. Recollected, play towards McLean. McLean enters through the middle, but quickly knocked away. Loose puck scooped up, lit in air. Shot goes wide. Chance on the rebound to Labonte, who loses an edge. And comes out behind. Stringer plays it across. Didn't find the initial target, and Barbosa did find Lavoie, who plays it around. And deflected up off the top edge of the boards. Whistle comes in. Draw off to the right of the netminder. Just under 5 minutes gone here in period number 1. Be Charlin to take the draw. For Stanstead, for Northwood's Hagens. Hagens wins it off to her right. Kelly plays it behind. Looks for a way forward. Ellenberg turns it over out in front. Backhander denied there. Chance developed for Barbosa. Connecticut College commit just unable to put it home. Fortunate hop there for Kelly. Just couldn't find the space to operate. Centering pass deflected behind Elbrecht. Comes towards Barton. Plays it off the end wall. Played right to left by Lavoie. Ahead, Stringer. Stringer plays it forward, but taken away in the defensive zone of Northwood. Swung back ahead out of the reach of Gillis. In her own zone, retrieved Lavoie. Played forward and icing after it's dumped down ice by Morgan Barbosa. Format for the tournament. First 3 seeds, which includes both these programs, will compete in the semifinals tomorrow evening. Playing for seeding, the 4, 5, 6, and 7 seeds all competing for that final spot. Records determined by the 18-game season. But backhanded ahead. Pratt can't find a way to maintain possession. LaForge tries to play through the middle. Deflection. Chance develops. Played back towards Manette, who will have to skate. Couldn't find the initial feed from Pratt. Bouncing puck. Manette towards the net. Still loose. If Arish couldn't find it cleanly, instead it's played ahead towards the blue line, but not out. Towards the net. Manette never gets a handle on it. And now finds it, sends it off the side of the cage. Before Stanstead begin their way out of the zone. That's as far as Leganis-Grenot plays it ahead. Quickly back into the zone comes St. Pierre. St. Pierre shot, catches a stick out in front, bouncing puck. Settles LaChapelle, but unable to play it. Littner hits the ice, loses the puck. Stretch pass forward for Major. Hits the skate of her teammate, who circles back. It's St. Pierre. The Colgate commit turns it over. Race forward, Tremblay has an opportunity. Shot goes wide. Had an option off to her right in Charland. And now the Vermont commit takes it away. Shot here, glove save. As the goaltender of the year reads it perfectly. Thibault Michel going to Syracuse next season. Off the draw, shot wide here for Charlotte. Behind, looking for passing lane. Played out in front of the covered up. Tremblay behind, trying to find an option. A veteran play by the Northwoods defensewoman to guide it back to the netminder, who puts the mid on top of it with 12:37 to go. Draw controlled back Northwoods, played around the boards by Barden. Doesn't escape the zone before it's taken back. Swung across the blue line, shot off the end wall there from Labonte. Played out towards the neutral zone, trying to force a play in the neutral zone. Gillis can't find an opening with a pass towards Tremblay, never gets there. Battle for it on the near side. Gillis jamming at it. Able to deflect it forward. Takes the zone. Swings it across, but a big defensive play. Stick in the lane there to deny a chance. Here's Tremblay getting back defensively to make it. Towards the end wall. Will be collected by Labonte as two sides go off for a change. Tremblay ahead. Flips it off the end wall. Barden plays it down the left side. Deflection comes towards Martin, takes the zone. Martin looking for the angle with a shot off, caught the skate of Stanstead's LaForge. Stays in the zone, poked free towards the blue line, kept in, played off the right wall by Wright. It was behind the net, pressuring was Ersta. Can't find the puck now, though. Closing in, looking for it was Martin. Couldn't make a play and set all the way back towards their own blue line. Swung forward by Major. Major undecided when she'll come out as that one played in off sides. Will either end her JWHL career after the 27 or 28 season. Likely to receive significant NCAA interest after a second team or all-league second team selection. One of the younger players on the list. Played ahead off the draw by Lee Parrish. Bouncing puck settles towards Stanstead. Played up the near side. Deflected towards Littner. And jammed out of the neutrals of the defensive zone. Trying to play the puck. Comes all the way back. Zunal can't make a play cleanly. A chance from Manette denied by the sliding defensewoman. Racing ahead into the zone. Littner into the corner. Puck poked free by Wright. Played out of the zone by Manette. Collected and swung across as Tomei plays it off the helmet of Wright. And around the end wall, backhanded ahead, but deflection on Major's player. It's attempt, sends it right back. LaChapelle able to start the escape, but can't find a deflection on the way down as St. Pierre not going to be able to beat the puck towards the end line. Icing call just over halfway through period number one here. 9:54 to go, still scoreless. Would anticipate this won't be the final time these two meet. Both into the semifinals, both hoping to be a top seed. Played behind Holmes, took a hit, couldn't find it cleanly. Instead, her teammate comes to the rescue as it's played towards the middle. St. Pierre leads it. Chance developing, 3-on-2 rush, taken off sides. LaChapelle just half a step early. As the best looking rush of the day for Northwood's fails to enter. Albrecht for Northwoods, Tremblay for Stanstead. Conversation with one of the officials and somebody just outside the rink here with 9:41 to go, waiting to get the okay to resume play. A busy day of hockey here. 3 days of action, 51 NCAA commits. And it seems to have been a problem with the Zamboni door. They'll send both sides back to the benches while they get this sorted out. And now the referee saying the boards aren't secure as he comes over to the scorer's table below us. And the group is trying to make sure that's pushed all the way in. 3 right by the Zamboni. And now we'll bring out the shovel to make sure it's cleared of melted snow. One of the best weekends of the year in women's hockey. You got the JWHL playoffs here. You got the NCAA national tournament underway last night. A handful of these players going to programs that are competing in it currently, including Tremblay of Stanstead going off to Wisconsin, the number 2 seed, looking to defend their national title. Aubin, also Stanstead, going to UConn. UConn picked up their first ever NCAA tournament win last night. They'll play into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, no, it's the day before. So, just making sure the roads were fine the next day. There was a few places around the way that it wasn't wind, snow,
8 players in this one going off to the Hockey East next season. 2-bid league this year. Just starting to rebuild back towards the conference's glory days in the 2010s. Northeastern on the verge of a national hosting spot this season, came up just short. UConn denied them double overtime the conference final to get into the tournament themselves. Corey Cross having a resurgent year. We finally get the okay to play here. Albert skates in. Tremblay, her back to the netminder. It's one back. Can't be corralled by Barden. Races on for the puck, giving chase. Charlin just not there in time, but forces the play towards her alternate captain. Her pass deflected just out of the reach of Lavoie. Into the zone. Deflected from Gillis as she plays it off the end wall. Sent forward Aubin. Tied up was the forward Charlin, who she was aiming for. Instead, back down ice, retreating and finding Levante. Plays it around the boards, looking for Aubin. Aubin unable to escape here, but does find a way out on the second effort. Charlin takes the zone, wrister blocked. Down the leg of Barden, now playing it right back. Out in front, Tremblay shot just misses the cage. Played across ice. Out of the zone towards the bench, and Kelly can't corral, but does the job. And all the way back, it's played forward by Lavoie. Behind the net, St. Pierre. Barden plays it ahead. Hit, frees the puck. St. Pierre giving chase, but angled off there. It was Littner who made the play. Played down ice into the attacking zone. It was Ole. Plays it towards her left and stick in the skates. Littner denies her an opportunity. Back towards the neutral zone. Collected. Zonin. Plays it off the end wall. Played ahead and off the skate of a player. Bounces towards Kaida. And towards the blue line. Collected Tremblay. Tremblay handling. had to wait for her teammates to escape the zone, instead just backhanded it in. Now advancing out of the zone right. As her team changes, she takes the zone. Right shot blocked. It was Tommy in the lane. Towards the corner. Sharp trying to play it as it's sent forward. Rosale. Towards the net. So he gives chase, forces the cover up. 7:35 to go. Still scoreless here. Draw one back by Northwoods. Holmes skates forward, clears her bench, clears the half line. Played towards Hagens, back towards where it came. Holmes towards Hagens again. Hagens takes a hit. Puck comes free and then poked away by the net line before Martin could claim. Martin will skate back and find. Tight angle shot deflected, comes off the end wall. Played towards Holmes, who bounces by to Colm. And behind the net. Waiting for it was Sharp. Sharp plays it around towards the far side, but forced right back by Colm. Looking for room is Tommy. Tommy plays it ahead. Sent back forward, Holmes. Holmes touches it towards Hagens. Hagens leaves it behind. Shot there denied off the stick of Martin. Playing it off the wall, Hagens looking for an option. Manette can't win it cleanly, and body's hitting the ice. It was Sharp knocked down, but her team able to find the puck. Tipped out of the zone by Stringer before it comes right back in. Physical play along the boards. The puck tied up and then forced loose as Northwoods try to retreat and find a lane. Snapped ahead, connects with Pratt. Pratt carries it in before it's poked behind. Breeze looking for an option and find one cleanly. Now she'll skate back and get a stick on to find. Pratt able to force in the zone, finds the Breeze, plays it around the boards. And plays it ahead, giving chase. Titus not going to get there. She's angled off by Reese LeBreeze. Crucians with the force of the icing there. Offensive zone draw, Northwoods off to the right of the netminder. The RPI commit. Albrecht skates in. One of two players in this game going there. One back by Tremblay. Didn't have a teammate there to claim it cleanly. Instead, it's Gillis who flips it up towards Barden. Barden skating down. Takes a hit as she approaches the end line, but able to get rid of it. Albrecht snaps it towards the center of the blue line. Kept in by Barden. Poked free, though, and out of the zone. Then a deflection off the stick of Charland. The neutral zone draw with 5:29 to go in the period. Albrecht and Tremblay once again. One back. And turned over. Shot scores! Porto Moseley forces the turnover immediately after the draw. The post grad headed to Toronto makes it 1-0. Perfection. That's Kenna Gillis. Kenna Gillis makes it 1-0. They just found a way into the attacking zone, got a stick on it, made it 1-0, and Northwoods strike first. Draw control by Albrecht. Albrecht to Major. Major plays it ahead. And forced back towards the neutral zone. Right. Played forward. The Forge of Stanstead first to find. Plays it off the side wall where it's tied up. Emerging with the puck, Tremblay. Go race ahead. Cuts towards the middle. Plays it off to her left. Using the skate to gather it. Was Aubin, back to Tremblay, shot denied, finds her own rebound, plays out in front, bouncing puck, just never settled for Charland. And a hit sends right to the ice and frees the puck. Snapped across. Charlotte played forward, icing here. 4:32 to go. Chance to double the advantage coming up for Northwoods. That'll be St. Pierre in to take the draw in the attacking zone. The Colgate commit. This one comes back towards Stanstead, wrapped around towards Lieberich. Able to kick it ahead. Played towards the middle by Littner. Racing into the zone with pressure was Lay. Trying to send it towards the blue line. Finds her target. Played back down by Tomey. Snapped across. Sharp. Down towards Lieberich. Towards the blue line, collected and played right back off the end wall. Coming around the boards, cut off by Combe, who loses her stick, can't play the puck. And now trying to play an exit. Instead comes to Shu. Shu played it out before comes back towards her, but cut off by St. Pierre in her own zone. Flipped ahead, bouncing puck's going to settle nicely for Labonte. Labonte shot denied. Hit to the ice was right. Couldn't find a way to get the shot onto the net. This will play from Sharp. Can't take it back for Stanstead. Instead into the corner goes Hagens. Played up off the stick of the bridge. And back down towards Hagens. Hagens plays it off the end wall. Erstad plays it over. Behind the net, out in front. Looking for a angle was Martin. Couldn't find a shooting lane. Worked around the blue line. Barden. Sends it through into traffic. Shot denied there from Erstad. Played down ice by Stanstead. They'll change here they'll not be able to change here with 2:43 to go. Icing the call. Shot off the draw from the net, not much on it. Looking for a way out of her own zone. LeBlanc plays it through the neutral zone, deflected back. And back ahead by right. First one on back, though, will be Stanstead's Labonte. Labonte plays it off to her right. Turn over the defensive zone. Bouncing puck there. Pratt sent it ahead, couldn't find a target, and now a whistle comes in as was played by Major. Both sides will change. 2:16 to go. Offensive zone draw. Still no penalties in this one. Clean game so far as this one went back to the defensive zone. Worked across Labonte. Played through center ice. Took a deflection off Aubin's stick. Aubin will give chase. Running out of real estate. Trying to send it towards the net from a tough angle. Just couldn't get it to go. Kept in the zone for a moment by Charlin. Tried to play it towards Tremblay, instead finds it herself, hits the ice. Dug out, Aubin looking for an angle. Can't get the shot towards the net. Defensive and shoots, scores! Emily Labonte. The Merrimack commit knocks it at one. It'll be LaForge that leads the line. We'll see who got that one. But either way, the top defensive pairing, or one of the top two defensive pairings on this team, both committed to play the Division I level. Merrimack for Labonte, LaForge for Dartmouth. Chappelle plays it down. Not a ton on that shot, just enough of a screen on the keeper. Didn't see it with a lot of bodies on the ice out in front. This one, turnover forced by Tremblay. She plays it ahead. Charlin trying to take the zone, unable to. Tremblay looking to free the puck from St. Pierre. Knocked it loose and somehow wins it to herself. Tremblay's shot flies high. Back towards the blue line. Zonanov. And kicked forward out of the zone by Major. Taking the right side, trying to cut in. Chappelle leaves it behind. Major shot high. And played forward by Sharp before the hit from Major. Not out of the zone quite yet. A minute to go in the period. All tied at 1. Flipped ahead towards the crease, just wide of the cage. Icing call, 51 to go. Back towards Avondale Sandro's end. She'll get the start in this one. Also on the roster as kicked out of the draw is Sarah Martin, is Cecily Farnham going to Syracuse next season. Played down ice, trying to connect with Mosley. Unable to, as back. The other way, Griffiths plays it ahead, taken away. Chance to go here. Lavoie trying to play it forward. The Boston College commit can't find a way into the zone. 30 to go, comes back towards the defensive end. Trying to play it with Sharp, able to shield it off for her teammate. Pass across the zone. Mosley unable to collect with 20. And icing called here. A chance to send the top unit on the ice with just under 17 to go. Tremblay leads the way. Two-time member of Canada's U18 roster. We go to number 2 Wisconsin next season. A crucial defensive zone draw by St. Pierre, but not able to find it out. Sent towards the net, deflected off the skate of Charland. 7 to go as it's played by Lavoie. Trying to start the rush ahead here in the closing seconds. La Chapelle, but unable to track it down before the horn sounds. A goal apiece in the first period. We'll step aside when we return period 2 between the top 2 teams in the JWHL.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Back here for period number 2. Sides flipped around as the draw won back by Northwoods. Played through the center. Catches Elbrick's stick. Couldn't control it cleanly. Comes to Major. Major plays it off to her right. Kelly. Kelly plays it off the end wall. First one back for Stanstead is LaForge. LaForge trying to play it ahead. Deflected out of the zone by Stringer. And finding way in Pamplona, trying to give chase. Unable to beat Major to the puck, but unable to escape the zone cleanly. Force deflected back in by Zonon. Played forward towards the net and covered up before Albert can win the race to the puck. Tremblay and St. Pierre in the dot. St. Pierre able to win it, but jumping the lines, the alternate captain. Will race up the left side, cut towards the middle. Aubin leaves it behind Tremblay. Tremblay through traffic, poked loose, has to recollect behind, tries to play it around the boards towards a friendly colored jersey. Instead, Northwood's looking for a way out, unable to quite get there before Tremblay takes it back. Played it to our right, snapped back towards Aubin from Charland. Just couldn't settle it. St. Pierre collects, plays it towards the neutral zone, taken back by Labonte. Labonte plays it ahead. Across the zone, Barden. Now St. Pierre collects, plays it towards the right into the zone. Battle for the puck as LaChapelle looking to find an option. Came back behind the net. St. Pierre couldn't win it clean instead. Snapped the other way. Aubin enters on the left. Moves it off towards her left. Tremblay played it across, couldn't find a target. A pair of Northwood skaters run into each other, but LaChapelle able to maintain the puck and set it down ice. Icing here. Minute 45 gone in period number 2. And the draw here, yeah, nobody compared the last 2 minutes. Draw here as this one's played out of the zone. Tremblay able to keep it in at the blue line. Skates in, plays it off to her left. Shot there by Labonte. Doesn't come through on the first time. Second effort turned away. Behind the net, trying to find an angle. Puck settles for a moment for Charlotte. Comes to Aubin. Aubin to LaForge. LaForge back towards the blue line. Ripped from Lavoie, turned away there. Lavoie, the JWHL Defenseman of the Year, announced last night. Head to Boston College next season, joining Stanstead alum Maxime Tremblay, who was a all-hockey's first-team selection this year. Chance for a very good scoring blue line up there on Chestnut Hills. This one's iced. She'll join a pair of defensewomen that are in the top 3 in the conference scoring list for the position, and both Hockey East All-Stars. Littner in to take the draw in the offensive zone. It's St. Pierre on the opposite end. As this one worked around the boards. Finds its way in the middle. St. Pierre is cut off. Freed the puck for a moment and then able to find it forward. Looking for the target and leverage. Instead forced back towards the neutral zone. LeBlanc plays it ahead once again. Able to get a stick on it there, but unable to win the puck was Moseley. Racing ahead, trying to find a way around Sharp. Was LaChapelle. All the way towards the end wall. Frees the puck. Littner plays it forward off the skates of Moseley. Backhand into the zone by Cole. Nearly 5 gone here in the second period. Collision out in front. As Stanstead looked to fly the zone, unable to escape here. It was Hagens who drove down the near side. Or comes behind, played towards Airstuff. Out in front, bouncing puck. Settled by the netminder. D'Alessandro able to get a stick on it. Piplone. Taking it for Stanstead. Played across the ice. Tremblay giving chase, gets a stick on him, poked free from her, and into the zone by Martin. LaForge beyond the net, plays it. Now comes out the right side of her netminder, tried to come back through the middle, was cut off. Did get it towards the neutral zone, where Holmes deflects it ahead. Played forward, for Ince. And forced forward Holmes. Trying to settle it, but Pratt just takes a hop over her stick and walled off. Bouncing puck comes back. For Ince. Forward, Manette plays it down. No icing here as the first one there will be Zona. Pamplona collects, plays it forward into the attacking zone. Aubin, shot, kicked wide. Played forward towards Tremblay, caught the back of her skate, able to collect and send it right to left. Labonte into the zone. Played across ice, looking for Tremblay, didn't find her, instead bounces back towards the blue liner, Lavoie, who's denied there. .36 to go. Northwood's banked it out of the zone. Skating forward, Kelly. The Long Island commit unable to find a way forward. Also played across the zone. Barden there, facing pressure, able to get it forward to her captain, who touches it ahead. Just out of the reach of Kelly. Snapped ahead, Labonte. Into the zone, Tremblay. Tremblay leaves it behind. Aubin plays it around towards Tremblay. Tremblay navigates an awkward hop in the corner as the blue liner plays it down. Catches Tremblay, but played back to where it came. It was told me he was starting to play. She watches it roll by as Sharp plays it forward. Played back towards the end wall. Trying to make a play. Littner just looking for an option. Does take it away. Back towards the blue line. Shot there blocked as it was thrown down by Tolman. Tolman trying to deflect it over Northwood's player. Still is unable to as she sends it down. Fresh legs on for Northwoods. Looking to counter here. Stanstead unable to take the zone cleanly as both Kiedis and Greneau were ahead. He's played towards the netminder. She'll cover up. 12-13 to go as Stanstead will be able to match the substitutions from about 15 seconds ago. Leading the way onto the ice will be LaForge, headed to Dartmouth next season. Littner to take the draw against St. Pierre. And one back by Littner towards her defenseman who snaps it ahead. Bruce plays it, trying to play it across, caught a skate before it got there. Was Major, who was in the lane. Now leaving the rush, McLean. McLean enters, no. Chappelle off to her right. Just marginally offside there, trying to drag the skate. Tremblay and St. Pierre. St. Pierre wins it back, moves between the blue liners, is right, swung it over, forced the turnover here. It was Dono who played it forward. Dono found an option there, but unable to get anything developed from it was Charland. Taken away by Aubin, circles into the zone offsides. Nearing the halfway mark in this one, still knotted at 1. Rosalie Tremblay will take the draw. Back into Northwood's ends, trying to make a play, but Tremblay cuts it off on the exit attempt from Barden. Back towards the blue line. Played down and around the boards by Lavoie. Back on the left side of the blue line, Labonte over to Lavoie. Lavoie shot towards the net, off the end wall. Kept in by Labonte. Albricks on the right side. And then played across and snaps ahead by Lavoie. Over to Tremblay. Tremblay enters towards the net. Shot crashing towards the net. She scores. But waiting for a call here. It looked like by the reaction it counted. Stanstead wanted to stand. And no, they're going to wipe it off. So Tremblay denied there. 10:42 to go in the second period. This one flipped into the bench of Stanstead. One back here. Played towards the end wall by Cato. Correction by Tolman. Circling, looking for an option. Left off to Tolman. Towards the net, deflected, but can't get it within the post. Trying to jam it home near post. Littner couldn't get it to go with 10:22 to go. Off the draw, shot, gloved. Once again, Littner looking to get the attempt towards the target. Fresh legs come on for Northwoods. The forwards change. Defensive pairing stays out there. It's Wright and Core Major. Wright going to Lindenwood next year. Played off the side wall, and a chance go back towards the blue line, instead playing it down. Good job by Emma Littner to win the fight for the puck as this played across Sharp. Sharp through traffic, deflection just wide. Hit Berta Moseley out in front, almost redirected it in. And with 9:53 to go, played by the netminder. Bouncing puck pumps to Northwoods. Behind the net, looking for an option. Setting up. Below is Hagen, so she gives it up, finds Airstow. Instead of Hagens. Towards the blue line. Knocked down in front by Kaito. Backhanded ahead and touched over. Stringer into the attacking zone all by herself. No support until the substitutes off the bench. Just flings it into the middle of the netminder with 9:17 to go. Templum. This one's exited by Pratt. Cut off. LaForge unable to win it cleanly though as Manette challenges. Manette backhanded towards the blue line, cut off. Barbosa got a stick on it, got towards the neutral zone. Bouncing puck forced ahead by Stringer. Finds to try to play it across towards Barbosa, but instead behind the net. Towards Zonin, played it down, couldn't find a teammate, instead Manette. Manette clears the half line, plays it off the end wall. Left by the netminder towards Northwoods. And the pass back towards Manette doesn't connect. Circling behind the net, Aubin. Aubin trying to find space. Able to force it towards the neutral zone and collects it back. Off the feed into the zone, cuts towards the net, and pokes free. Oshana Tiba-Michel with a big poke check there from the crease. 8:10 to go, still knotted at 1 here in the second period. Deflected off a stick as LeBlanc tried to play it in. This one will come towards Barden. Barden unable to keep it. Backhanded out in front. Aubin's shot. Just a little bit high up on the stick and couldn't redirect it. And Aubin still down on the ice. Stays. And no, just trickled out of the zone. Offsides here. Aubin back to her feet as the Yukon pledge makes her way to the bench. And appears to be okay. A little shaken up. Draw one back by Stanstead, played off the end wall by Labonte. Comes all the way around, cutting in. Charlotte, a little bit of a heavy first touch, unable to control. Charlotte plays it towards the blue line. LeBlanc plays it down. She's looking for an option, but instead has it bounced out in front to Louis Shell. Well, he's out for it. 7:25 to go. Will be Emma in there to take the draw for Stanstead in the red and white. Northwood's looking to escape the zone. Touched ahead by McLean. Didn't escape cleanly. Now snapped across the zone. Spaced off right here as Wright leads the way. And around the end wall. Cut off by Stanstead's Lavoie. Levante circles. Thought it would come up the left side and send it up the right as she tried to bake it off the glass at the last pane before that Northwood's bench. Sent players and coaches towards the floor as back into the zone. Shot knocked down out in front as LaChapelle looks for a way to take the advantage of this one, but still not in at one as St. Pierre plays it across, kept into the zone just barely by Major. Major moves it off to Scheider. Scheider plays it down, sent back across into the skates. Mosley deflected and scores just like that. Broken play there and unable to clear it with Stanstead. Well, LaChapelle. As the Boston University commit leads the line. (2-1), second lead of the game for Northwoods. It's at 13:35 in the period. Stringer quickly in, looking to equalize immediately. Instead, plays it back towards the blue line. Toomey shot through traffic, deflected, still loose in front for a moment. Until Michelle able to cover up. Toomey to take the draw. On the other side, Cannon's right. Right kicked out into her place, skating in will be Ryan Erster. Forced back towards the Stanstead blue line. Hit there from Martin. Frida for a moment. Couldn't find the puck once she did. Barbosa plays it into the mitt of the netminder with 5:48 to go. Kept in by Barbosa. Try to play it down. Bouncing puck as she does once again as it trickled back to her. Stringer in the corner, walled up. Puck comes free for Northwood's Martin. Martin got it over to Combe. Combe plays it forward. Ersta snaps it across right to left quickly into the attacking zone, but deflected away from Holmes. Behind to Hagens, looking for an option. Instead, it's Tremblay who emerges with room. Tremblay into the attacking zone. Cuts the middle, shot kicked wide. And best on best there in the JWHL as the netminder makes the big stop. LaForge to Tremblay. Tremblay down, sent back out. Bouncing puck just over the crossbar from Charlotte. The captain snaps to the blue line and across LaForge. Gets it around the sliding forward, back out in front. Shot goes wide for Aubin. Good to see Aubin back on the ice as this one back down. And will be played ahead as LaForge trying to beat the changing Northwoods team, but offsides there as Charlotte entered. Or correction, icing here as they'll come all the way off to the netminder's left. From there, and the dot for Stanstead. The draw comes to Northwood's Gillis, whose shot's denied. Bouncing puck to Littner. Littner on the right side, banks it off the side wall. Played ahead, trying to find Chenier. Forced back as this one just tapped ahead by Zonon. And all the way back towards the defensive end. Played forward, LaForge into the attacking zone with Chenier. And towards the center, trying to get the backhander off, unable to, was Moseley. Behind the net, LaForge banks it back up. Chenier plays it over to the right. Shot through traffic, held. As Keisha Zanon was looking to equalize. Giblon in for Stanstead. Northwoods responds with St. Pierre. St. Pierre wins it. Worked around looking towards LaChapelle. Played ahead. And a hit there as Major trying to race in through the attacking zone. Puck bouncing towards the near side wall. Back towards the blue line. And then taken away for the moment by Pamplona, unable to hold it cleanly. Guided over to St. Pierre. St. Pierre's shot flutters by the netminder off the end wall. 3:20 to go. Played towards the blue line. Caught St. Pierre's stick. Came out. So re-entered quickly by McLean. Hit there from Barbosa. Freed the puck for a moment. Played it with her stick and immediately off the wall again and tied up again. Barbosa still looking to jam it out. 3 even to go in the period. And now St. Pierre able to guide it ahead. Shot, can't find the target for LaChapelle. Right, trying to find space. Netminder circles it out. Out in front, backhanded towards the target by Manette. Manette trying to dig it out in front after the Parents sent it right back. Down ice here, and icing called as it was dumped ahead by Barbosa. Snapped across, shot, goes off the end wall from Barden. Kept in the zone, bouncing puck right to the captain, Ersta. That comes behind. Couldn't find a easy way out. They thought they were going to ice it. Instead, it does check up. Aubin getting trades. Tremblay kept in for a moment. Rasheed coughs it up. Gillis knocked to the ice. Tremblay plays it in. Option off to her left. Slides it across. Shot denied. And still loose. Aubin trying to put it home. But covered up as once again Oceana. Thibault Michel keeps it a 1-goal game. It's Tremblay and Charlotte who came in. Just unable to knot this one at 2. Draw one back by Northwood with the exit attempt cut off. Out in front, trying to find her way to the front was Tremblay. Just couldn't beat the last defender. Instead, the other way. LaChapelle shot gloved. 91 to go, 90 in the period to go. 2-1 the score here in the middle frame. Put off to the left as Stanstead looking to break out. Played forward just out of the reach of Berta Moseley. Who had half a step, it looked like, on the Northwood's blue liners. Just couldn't corral it. 1:21 to go. shot there, turned away as Chappelle looks to double the advantage. Played across by Wright, but caught a stick in the process. A threatening Stanstead 2-on-1 rush never develops as it's played back towards their end. Sonon plays it forward and then he'll recollect after a collision. Slides it right to left. Lavoie banks it ahead, but doesn't quite come into the zone. Back to Lavoie, plays it across. Kicked right back, Sonon, and snapped ahead towards the left side and in. Sent towards the center, a backhander there. Turned away as Bernard Mosley tried to equalize. Bushpell, shot right into the stomach of the netminder as it's held by DeLisandro. 30.4 to go, 2-1 the score. Deflected in the zone as a pair collide. And now the whistle comes in as Pampelone has sent it in. The first power play of the game coming up. A chance for that lethal woman-up advantage for Stanstead. One of the top in the JWHL. And much needed. Tremblay, the center here, as into the box for Northwoods is Riley Griffiths. Tremblay wins it back, work towards the blue line, played towards Aubin. Aubin looking to get it back down below the goal line and does. Snapped up towards the blue line, kept it, no, forced out. Just couldn't hold the line was Barbosa, plays it off to her right. Lavoie plays it down with 5 off the end wall, collected by the netminder, touched over to the left, and that'll do it. First 20 seconds of the power play killed off by Northwoods. 20 minutes away for Northwoods from a tournament opening victory over number 1 Stanstead. We return, a minute 40 remaining on the power play. Stanstead College looking to equalize as we head to the third. Back here for the final frame. 2-1 advantage Northwoods. With a minute 40 remain on the power play for Stanstead College. Entered as the tournament's top seed as they try to see this one out. As they try to find a way back in this one, rather. Tremblay racing ahead, but poked free as she entered the zone. Has to touch up as it's played in by Aubin. A third down ice here. Minute 14 remain on the power play. And Stanstead still looking for a way in here as they play it off the right side. Charlene Flex with the head of steam into the zone. Whiffs on her initial attempt. Tried to leave it back to Aubin. Didn't get there before Barden took it away, but unable to fly the zone. Worked back to Lavoie. Snaps it across the zone. Played down towards the goal line. Out in front. Deflected Aubin, but not by the netminder. Backhanded by Combe. Kept in Lavoie. Lavoie gives it up. Tremblay circles. Tremblay over to the left, and then receives it right back. Hit as she tried to give it away for recollecting. Charlins pressured into the corner. 30 to go on the power play. Back to Lavoie, who can't handle it. Trickles out towards the neutral zone. 2 over the boards for Northwoods. As into the zone, Tremblay tried to cut through the middle, but had it poked loose. Big stick check by Gillis. Played towards the end wall, collected by Aubin. Aubin snaps it towards the blue line. Zanon gives it back to Aubin. Aubin guides it to Zanon. Zanon played across, took a deflection. Now LaFord trying to settle. Loved there. Back to 5-on-5. $18:20 to go in the period. 18:20 to go in regulation. A 2-1 advantage Northwoods. One back by St. Pierre. Quickly exited forward. And a race is on here. Icing called before McLean could win the race to the puck. $18:12 remaining. St. Pierre trying to go a little bit early. Now the second go does win the draw. Backhanded over. But kept in the attack zone for a moment before it's taken away by McLean. McLean plays it off St. Pierre. Back to McLean. McLean handles to the right and denied. D'Alessandro got the pad to the post and kept it a 2-1 ball game. Johnson caught trying to play it. Penier able to guide it back. Zanon played it forward, deflected ahead. Labrish into the attacking zone, trying to force a turnover. Puck comes towards Northwood's Major. And the old JWHL second teamer plays it ahead. Right towards the Northwoods bench. Back across from Elbricht, connects with Major. Major has a lane if she wants to cut to the middle, instead plays it towards the end wall. Gloved and dropped by the netminder. Looking for a way to go is Kelly. Kelly plays it into the zone. Zanon pokes it wide. Gillis snapped it out in front, took a deflection though. Stringer got a stick on it, played by Thibault Michel. Before it's sent forward, Barden. Barden found the deflection, evade an icing call, but Labonte looking to lead the rush as it's played towards Tremblay. Tremblay wipes out and slides across the neutral zone. As puck bounced by Aubin. Northwood's looking for a way to break out. Thrown out in front. Aubin got a deflection on it. Just couldn't put it home. And then Thibault Michel able to cover up. 16-17 remaining. Opportunity looked like it was developing for one of the top recruits in North America. Tremblay through the neutral zone, just couldn't keep her skates. Tremblay does win it back. Rip from the wall off the end wall. McLean snaps it across. Tremblay just offside as she entered. Aubin was racing out of the zone, just didn't clear the blue line. A neutral zone draw. Tremblay and St. Pierre. Tremblay wins it back, worked to Lavoie, banks it off the side wall. But back the other way before Tremblay cuts it off, tries to play it forward towards Charland. Does come into the offensive zone, left behind to Charland. From Tremblay, but not collected cleanly. Racing the other way, McLean. She's cut off, loses the puck, erased the other way. Tremblay, shot blocked, finds the rebound, second doesn't go. Aubin follows it up, trying to put it home. And Siwomi Show covers it up. It's been a frustrating game for the Stanstead offense. I've had a couple looks, but just keep catching sticks and bodies in the lane, and have run into a red-hot netminder in Osana Siwomi Show. Bouncing puck does eventually settle, or look like for Shane now before it's taken back. Backing zone here. Shot covered up. Renault looking for a way to tie this one at 2. 15-17 to go. Correct, 15:05 to go. As it's one back towards the blue liner, trying to find space to operate. Played down towards the end wall. Collected Kaida. Back towards the blue line, slid across. Zanon, gloves. Stanstead College looking to get to 1-0, led by head coach Barney Pym. Northwood's looking to do the same in group play here. Trevor Gilligan, the bench boss, on that side. Draw control by Northwoods, played forward by Wright. Bouncing puck. Stay just inside the zone. Race for the puck in the corner. LaBriche got in advantageous angle and able to dig it out. Just couldn't find a quality look on net though. 14 minutes to go here as breaking forward, Northwoods. Played forward by LaForge. Shot here, catches a stick out in front. As Litnair was going for the equalizer. Northwood's looking for a way forward, right? Trying to snap it ahead. Found a target. Pratt leaves it forward. Giving chase by net. They come together in the corner. Snaps it towards the middle. Elbricht. Taken away. Tremblay. Saucer pass forward. Caught a body before got to the intended target. Then snapped forward. Tremblay will try to find the feed from LaForge, but unable to. Cleanly now receives the backhander. Snaps it across. And unable to find Charland, who had a stick through the stomach and couldn't find the puck. Labonte. Tremblay sends it centering pass just out of the reach of Aubin. Empty net here at delayed penalty. Played towards the middle before it's touched by Kenna Gillis. 2-minute power play coming up. 13-14 remain. Stanstead College still looking to equalize. It tests the bar to go into the box. One of the best penalty killers on Northwoods. Opportunity coming up for Stanstead. Rosalie Tremblay wings it back. Whitnair gives it up, catches it right back and plays it down. Shielding the puck, Charland guides it to the blue line. Trying to play it back down was Whitnair, but cleared forward. Partial rush here as St. Pierre tried to play it off to her right, fails to develop a shorthanded opportunity. Whitnair plays it ahead, Tremblay. Tremblay off to the right. Aubin plays it towards the end wall. Tremblay waits for it. Backhands it towards the far side, Charland. Charland able to kick it towards herself and try to get free. And jammed out of the zone. A big play by St. Pierre. 40 gone in the power play. Played ahead initially by Lavoie and sent off the end wall. First unit begins to make their way off ice, and now this one sent towards the neutral zone again. Skating, trying to find anything is Tremblay. Her pass forward, tied up in the skates of Combe, and sent right back towards the neutral zone. Zanon, 50 to go in the power play, plays it in around the end wall. Combe, back towards the blue line. Snapped across. Misha Zanon trying to find a play instead. Ran into Albrecht, who sent it off to the right. It's Major who leads the rush. Major takes the zone. Left behind shot. Deflected up into the netting off the attempt from Lily LaChapelle. 11:43 to go. 29 seconds of 5-on-4 time remaining. The Forge plays it forward, sent across. Banks forwards and on. And at the end wall, Chenier able to get a stick on it to maintain possession of the closing seconds of the power play. Snap towards the blue line. Janon swings it across, center of the blue line. Shot through traffic, deflected, still loose in front. Follow-up effort there. But Bosley couldn't redirect towards the net. Bouncing puck doesn't quite settle for LaForge. Out of the box, back to 5-on-5 as Gillis sends it forward. Bonnet trying to apply the pressure on the forecheck. Pass sent out around her, deflected ahead, and then forward. Comes to Mosley. Shot from a long way out, blocker into the corner. Griffith turns, tries to find a way forward. Snapped across by Manette. Connects with Pratt. Pratt along the near side, gives it up as it's sent forward by Lavoie. Lavoie to Aubin. Aubin plays it forward. And then flipped ahead, Barbosa. Thibault Michel plays it off to the near side. But not quite out of the zone. Turnover forced there. Stringer. Shot blocked. Bouncing puck just out of reach of Stringer. Does come and settle for a moment for Pampelone, who plays it down to Stringer. Stringer feeling the pressure, tries to spin out of the hit, and gives the puck up towards the near side corner. Barden plays it out, takes a deflection. Barbosa to Tremblay. Tremblay navigates by one into the zone for Aubin. Aubin trying to go back to Tremblay, but a pair in the lane cut it off. Carried forward into the zone by Major. And a chance the other way, though. Tremblay with space, sends it across. Aubin shot blocked. Sliding to make the stop there. And it's right, the Lindenwood pledge, able to keep this advantage for Northwoods. Carried into the zone. Kelly trying to buy time for her team to change behind her. They do. The puck retrieved by Sharp. Can't find an exit. Puck sent to McLean. McLean shot blocked. Antonia Tolme in the lane. 8:57 in the third period remaining. Draw one by Stanstead. Swung ahead. But Moseley not able to enter the zone cleanly. Sent right back in by Zone On, but her teammates had a touch up. St. Pierre finds it. St. Pierre rushes ahead. Cut off by Zone On. Kept in the zone here is at Hobbs. LaChapelle. Shot blocked by the diving Keisha Zone On. Northwood's changed one by one. Stanstead looking for a way out of the zone. As trying to dig it free is Barbosa. Unable to as McLean skates free, leaves it behind Holmes. Holmes skates in. Shot blocked there. And played, looked like off the ceiling. 8 even to go in period number 3. Still a 2-1 advantage for Northwoods. Top 2 seeds entering the weekend in the JWHL tournament. Important game for seeding for tomorrow afternoon. Giving up the puck was Ersta, played it down, sent it across Martin, just couldn't get the connection. Wanting the puck ahead was Greneau. Didn't get it clean, it'll be offsides here. Titus came in just a moment after her lineman had entered and failed to retreat out of the zone. Chenier and Martin. Martin looked to win it back originally, but instead it's Levante who comes out with it. Stripped of the puck right near her own net. Ersta forced the turnover, draws the whistle, and 5-on-4 coming up. A power play for Northwoods. They look to put this one away. 7:27 remaining. And a turnover there forced the hand of Stanstead's Emily LaForge. Emily Labonte as the Merrimack commit into the box. Probably the right decision to take the penalty there, prevent the look right on the crease. And now a crucial kill coming up. Moved over, Ersta blocked there, but worked over. Shot flies high from LaChapelle, finds the netting off a deflection with 7:15 remaining here in period number 3. Working around the zone, St. Pierre gives it up to the right side. Chappelle shot off the end wall. Ersta gives it up. St. Pierre snaps it across the right back towards Major. Major over the right side with Chappelle, sends it to the net. Cleared down ice by Keisha Zanon. She's been all over the penalty kill for the first 40 seconds now. Gets off the ice as well as her 3 teammates on the ice. Snapped forward off the stick of Elbrecht. Backhanded down by Lavoie. Major ahead. St. Pierre trying to enter. Lavoie with a hit to cut her off. Played forward by Pampelon. And now offsides called as Ersta took the zone. Second unit comes out for Northwoods. 50 to go in the power play. 6:17 remain in period number 3. Devon wins it back and has to wait for a play to develop here as eventually is forced in the zone by Moseley to bleed a few more seconds before it's recovered. McLean snaps it off to the right. Rushing ahead, right into the zone, stops. Handling right near the blue line, not forced out. She keeps it in initially after losing it, now retreats. One change for Stanstead as Tremblay over the boards. 20 to go. Tremblay tried to knock it forward to herself shorthanded. Couldn't quite do it. Played across by Northwood, just on the reach of Kelly. And now collected behind. 10 to go. Sent down ice. Bouncing puck settles for Tremblay. Tremblay's shot flies wide. Chance there shorthanded. Goes begging. And a rush 3-on-2 develops. Shot gloves as Autumn Kelly looks to make the aggressive end of the penalty kill of Stanstead pay. Just unable to beat the netminder. As D'Alessandro able to keep it a 2-1 game. Martin Tremblay. Tremblay won it back, but then taken away by Northwoods. Shot blocked. The net couldn't find a way in. And racing down ice. Into the zone. Charlotte plays it across. Tremblay touches the left. Aubin's shot denied. It'll come right back to Keisha Zanon. Zanon trying to force it down to Tremblay. 5 minutes to go in this one. Forced towards the neutral zone. And recollected there. Aubin towards Zanon. Zanon carries in for giving it up to Tremblay. Tremblay loses the puck. Holmes sends it forward. Hagens clears the half line. Sent ahead, was trying to connect with Litner, never got there. And now into the corner. LaChapelle trying to win it free and just able to swing it back to Cora Major. 4:22 to go as she plays into the zone. Back to Major from St. Pierre. Tried to leave it behind McLean, but stripped of the puck. Played for a moment by Zanon. Zanon played ahead. And into the attacking zone. The right side. A brief shot. Bounces off the netminder straight in the air and behind. Osley circles. Center of the blue line begins her descent. Deflection out in front. Bouncing puck. Rolls right by Emma Litner, who didn't see it. She'll recollect in the corner, though. Sent across. Charlotte LaBreche. Back towards the blue line. Trying to force it down was Carter Moseley. And then covered up here by Osena Thibault Michel. 3:34 to go. But a minute and a half away from a decision coming up for Barney Kemp. Tremblay into the dot. Hagen's on the other side. Forced out as LeBoy just couldn't get the stick on the clearance effort of Albrecht. The response from Stanstead just offside as though Charlotte took it a moment late. Charlotte headed off to Vermont next season after being named a second-team All-Star. Very successful season for Vermont this year. Finishes the 6th seed in Hockey East before advancing to the quarterfinals. Joining a program that just picked up their first, or advanced to the semifinals. Joining a program that picked up their first postseason win in about 5 years. Tremblay into the zone, swung it across, shot off the glove of the netminder. As Charlin just inches from the lead. Lavoie off the end wall, bounces just by Aubin. A chance to set some up here. Albrecht ahead. Albrecht racing forward, carries it in. She'll play it off the end wall. Ford bounces towards Labonte. Tremblay cut off. It was Barden who got in her way, and then back towards the blue line. Aubin stripped of the puck. Bounces to Labonte, trying to find a way back in. She'll just send it off the end wall. 2:35 to go. The top line departs for Stanstead as Northwoods. Offsides here. 2:29 remain. Northwoods on the verge of a big opening win here. As the draw goes the way of Stanstead College. Bruce found it, forced it into the zone, but exited over the mitt of a defensewoman as it comes all the way back. LaForge pressured Hagans, but able to backhand it across. Played forward. And then almost taken away by Hagans before the build-up here near the center line. It bounces free, goes away, carries it in, has options behind, including LaBriche, where she tried to go before it was cleared down ice. And a minute 45 remaining. Next time establishing the zone, probably an empty net coming up here. Zanon has to try to scrap with Manette to free the puck. Manette content to sit in the corner with 90 remaining. 1 goal advantage for Northwoods as this one played forward. Off the stick of LaBriche. Lay plays it back in her own zone. Lavoie plays it forward, deflected ahead and taken back. Less than 70 seconds remaining. Northwoods trying to find a way as St. Pierre chases it down. St. Pierre circles in her own zone and forced out. Turnover there, forced for a moment, but St. Pierre gets a stick on it from Tremblay, who recovers it back. Empty net here, 6-on-5. Played across by Charlotte. Shot towards the opposite side wall and having to win a race back. And a crucial skate from Lavoie. Now has to hold off Albrecht. Empty net behind her. Not much real estate to work with. She gives the puck up towards Labonte. Snapped forward. Tremblay leads the rush into the zone. 30 to go. The Wisconsin commit leaves it behind. Off to Aubin. Aubin's shot goes wide. Kept in by Lavoie. Lavoie loses the puck, but a stick there from Labonte keeps Stanstead College alive for the moment. Up to Lavoie. Played towards the end wall with 10. Northwood's netminder, O'Shea Michel left it behind, kept in. Lavoie shot bouncing, played across the lane. One final effort goes wide from Charlotte as Northwoods win a battle of the top-ranked teams in America and Canada as the team out of Lake Placid, New York, improved to 1-0. Oceana Thibault Michel, fantastic for 60 minutes in net as Northwoods down Stanstead College 2-1 here in the opening match of the JWHL U19 Prep Playoffs. Both teams will be headed to the semifinals, but an important game for seeding. That'll do it for myself, Chris Vogel. The rest of us here at the JWHL. Be back for the next game shortly here on JWHL YouTube.
Try and get this for you.